I'm in Austin, Texas with the great Kelvin. Please identify who you're with and what your involvement was in session.
Well, I work as a legislative aide for State Senator Royce West. This is my fifth session.
Fifth session.
Fifth session.
10 years. That makes you a super pro.
Yes, I almost know what I'm doing now.
Kelvin, what was the best thing that happened all session?
Ended up doing really well on expunction law.
Yes.
And we managed to get a Romeo and Juliet bill passed also.
Okay.
For those unfamiliar with that colloquialism, that nickname, Texas. In Texas, sex offender registration is lifetime for any offense. So we managed to get legislation passed working with Representative Smith that would allow a person up to 20 years old who was in an offense involving an underage participant to be able to petition the courts to be removed from their registration.
So this is called Romeo and Juliet, and it's about young lovers.
Yes, yes.
Not getting caught up in the statutory rape sex offender registration for the rest of their lives.
That's it.
Of certain ages.
Yes.
So our viewers may want to know those numbers. What are those ages?
Up to 20. Actually,
and
now,
how young?
The youngest participant cannot be younger than 14 years.
If you're 14, you're covered?
14 for the victim. The victim would be 14.
Or up.
The
14, 15,
the defendant
or 16
could not
or
be
up.
any older than
no
18.
older than 18.
And we modified Texas statute to recognize a 4-year age gap that's also consistent with federal law.
Okay, so in some cases the one person could be 20, the older person.
Yeah, 16 to 20.
Yeah,
would
yeah.
Have some participation in that legislation.
Okay, so you're not marked for life.
Right.
And then you said expunction. What happened there?
We were able to work with about 3 offices in crafting some legislation that would allow a person to have cases that have been dismissed to have them expunged.
Okay.
Over the last 2 years, I think there was a Texas Supreme Court ruling in State versus Bean that even that a defense lawyer in this state will tell you that made expunctions almost impossible because it extended, unless the statute of limitations had expired for an offense, there was not a way to get an expunction. So this legislation addresses that.
Now, for the viewers, what kind of offenses are covered here on this new law?
Both misdemeanor and felony offenses will be covered.
So if your case is dismissed, but you have a misdemeanor or felony, you can expunge off your record, which means you can deny it ever happened.
Yes.
Right? And nobody else can ever say that it happened.
Right.
Okay. That's a victory.
That is. That is. And we were actually able to pass a racial profiling bill this session.
Did that pass? Tell us what happens with racial profiling now in Texas.
Well, there's
a big one. We've been working on that for years.
Repository. Yeah, this is the 3rd session. Original law passed in 2001.
And Texas Criminal Justice Coalition can finally relax. They've been writing this statewide report for years.
No more open records requests will be necessary.
2,500 of them a year.
Yeah. And
now a state agency is going to finally collect all of our racial profiling data statewide and publish out a report.
The reporting will still be done at the local level.
Okay.
But the report, in addition to going to the local governing body, such as the council or the county commissioners, it will also be filed with TCLOS.
Okay.
So if anyone were interested in collecting the information for purposes of analysis, they would not have to send out all those open records requests anymore. You just go to TCLOS and get those records.
It's a big step forward.
Yeah, and along with that comes several agencies, including TCLOS and Bill Blackwood and the police chiefs and a couple of universities are going to combine to work on a standardized reporting format also. Okay,
which will be nice. In other words, we're going to have a lot closer eye on our police racial profiling now in Texas.
Yes, even though we fought tooth and nail all the way to the last day that bill got amended onto some legislation that was still moving.
I saw that hop on Senator Dewell's bill about 11 p.m. or something one night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was some crafty work on your part, Kelvin. You do a lot of good criminal justice work.
We had help. We had some help. We had a lot of unexpected help this session, but it came through.
What is the worst thing for Texans this session now that it's over? What's the saddest part?
From where I was so immersed in what I was doing that I didn't get the big global picture this time.
Okay, that's fair.
Some people will tell you that they should have been able to pass something. A couple of sunset bills did not pass.
Yeah.
All state agencies are sunset, we should say, or come up for review in any number of years that's set by the previous legislation or by state law. And a couple of those larger agencies, like TxDOT and the Texas Department of Insurance, their bills didn't pass this time.
So they might like fizzle out forever.
Might be a little heartburn.
Maybe
but the state's
not.
supposed to be
We know they're
protected
going to do
for
something.
another year.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, Kelvin.
All right.